Discipline is the foundation of true freedom. It is not confinement, but the strength that allows you to control yourself, overcome temptations, and live by your highest values. Freedom does not come from indulging every fleeting desire, but from the ability to choose the right actions, even when it's difficult. This control liberates you from regret, failure, and a sense of helplessness. In this video, I will explain why discipline is not a barrier, but the key to mastering your life, based on principles proven by great Stoic philosophers over thousands of years of history. Stay until the end to understand why discipline is the only path to sustainable freedom. If you find this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel and like the video to motivate me to create more new videos. Discipline is the ability to control your actions, emotions, and desires to pursue higher goals, regardless of circumstances or fleeting feelings. It is not forced or excessively strict, but a voluntary commitment to personal principles to avoid short-term temptations. Conversely, freedom is often misunderstood as the ability to do whatever one wants without limits or constraints. But this is merely superficial freedom, easily leading to indulgence and regret. True freedom is the ability to choose actions based on reason, free from emotional influence, and not enslaved by bad habits. A truly disciplined person is someone who masters their behaviors instead of being led by emotions or desires. Imagine a top athlete. Their freedom to shine on the international stage doesn't come from luck, but from thousands of disciplined hours of practice. Freedom cannot exist sustainably without inner control. A disciplined person is not constrained but has the ability to make wise decisions, pursue core values, and reject what harms them. In summary, discipline and freedom are not opposites but two sides of the same coin. Without discipline, freedom is merely an illusion. Mastering yourself is mastering your life. The Stoic philosophy taught by sages such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca emphasizes the importance of self-control and reason in the pursuit of inner freedom. To them, true freedom does not arise from following instincts or fleeting desires, but from mastering oneself. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once wrote, "A truly free person is one who is not enslaved by their emotions." His words highlight that when we allow emotions like anger, anxiety, or greed to control us, we lose the freedom to make rational choices. Epictetus, a former slave turned master of free thinking, stated, "We cannot control circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them." He believed that spiritual freedom comes from letting go of the need to control external events and focusing instead on mastering one's thoughts and actions. Seneca warned against the dangers of indulgence. No one is more enslaved than those who believe they are free, but are actually bound by their emotions. The core of Stoic philosophy teaches that freedom is not doing whatever you want, but doing what is right. Personal discipline is the only path to true spiritual freedom. A disciplined mind is free from emotional impulses, temptations, and external circumstances. Stoicism teaches that to achieve genuine freedom, you must have the strength to reject fleeting desires, overcome negative emotions, and focus on what you can control. Discipline and freedom are not opposing concepts, but rather two sides of the same life principle. True freedom can only be achieved when you gain control over yourself and your actions. Without discipline, freedom quickly turns into indulgence, often leading to negative consequences. A person without financial discipline, no matter how high their income, can still fall into debt. On the other hand, someone who controls their spending, even on a modest income, can achieve financial freedom and live without the burden of debt. Discipline grants you freedom from bad habits. Developing positive routines helps eliminate destructive patterns like procrastination and laziness. Temptations. Discipline allows you to resist short-term desires, such as excessive social media use, reckless spending, or unhealthy eating. Negative emotions. A disciplined person does not let anger, anxiety, or fear dictate their decisions, but stays grounded in reason. Practical examples. Financial discipline. Saving and investing wisely can lead to financial freedom. Academic discipline. Consistent daily learning expands expertise and career opportunities. Physical discipline. Regular exercise builds lasting health, freeing you from illness. Freedom cannot exist without discipline. Only when you master yourself can you truly take charge of your life. Let's build a community of kindness by subscribing to Stoicism for Success right now and sharing it with those you wish to see live with kindness and strength like us. Let's spread these positive values together. A lack of discipline is often the root of regret in life. When we give in to fleeting emotions and temporary desires, we make poor decisions that trap us in long-term consequences. For example, a person without discipline in time management may procrastinate on important studies or work, resulting in regret for missed growth opportunities. Similarly, a lack of control over diet and lifestyle can lead to serious health issues, exacting a physical and emotional toll. Discipline acts as a shield, protecting you from such mistakes. When you develop discipline, you gain the ability to make decisions based on reason rather than impulse. Focus on what truly matters instead of temporary pleasures. Act thoughtfully, minimizing future regrets. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Regret is meaningless. All you need to do is act rightly in the present." Therefore, discipline is not a limitation but a power that helps you avoid decisions you might later regret. Freedom from regret is the reward for those who master self-control. Discipline grants true freedom of choice because it frees you from the influence of temporary emotions, bad habits, and external pressures. A person lacking discipline often falls into a passive state, letting their environment and feelings dictate their actions. In contrast, a disciplined individual lives intentionally. They break free from cycles of negative behavior, pausing to reflect and choose the right path. For example, someone disciplined with time can choose meaningful activities over mindless distractions. A financially disciplined person can invest in long-term goals instead of wasting money on impulsive purchases. Discipline acts as an inner compass, guiding you to stay in control of life's important decisions. When you are disciplined, you control your life instead of being controlled by circumstances. You act deliberately based on values and long-term goals. You choose what is necessary, not just what is easy. Epictetus once said, "Only when you control yourself are you truly free to choose the life you desire." True freedom of choice is not doing whatever you want in the moment, but having the strength to make meaningful decisions aligned with your highest ideals. Discipline is the foundation of sustainable personal development. Without it, self-improvement efforts often collapse under procrastination, temptation, and emotional distractions. Growth requires consistent repetition of small actions. A disciplined person understands that progress doesn't come from bursts of inspiration, but from daily persistence. For example, a disciplined writer who writes every day, even without inspiration, will eventually finish a book. An athlete committed to regular training and proper nutrition steadily improves performance and breaks personal limits. A disciplined learner continuously studies, expanding their knowledge and skills over time. Discipline creates freedom for personal growth because it liberates you from procrastination and laziness. It shifts focus from instant results to long-term progress. It keeps you committed to your goals even when the process gets tough. Seneca once said, "Nothing is difficult if you break it down into small steps and persistently work on them." True freedom is when you can transform your potential into reality. The only path to achieving that is daily discipline, one action at a time. Let's come together to support our community. If you are a kind person, please hit the like button on this video and leave some energetic comments to spread positive vibes. Together, we can make a difference. Discipline cannot exist without clear goals. Goals act as a compass, guiding you toward your desired destination and giving you a reason to stay disciplined. Without a clear objective, efforts can feel vague, leading to a lack of direction and an increased likelihood of giving up when challenges arise. Why is setting clear goals essential? Sustainable motivation. A meaningful goal provides a strong reason to overcome temptations and negative emotions. Progress tracking. Clear goals allow you to measure progress and make adjustments when necessary. Focus and priority. Knowing what you're working toward helps you prioritize important tasks and avoid wasting time. How to set effective goals. Specific. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, set a goal like, I will exercise 4 times a week for the next 3 months. Measurable. Ensure you can track progress, e.g., I will lose 5 kilograms in 2 months. Time-bound. Set deadlines to stay committed. Meaningful. Choose goals aligned with your core values and principles. Marcus Aurelius once said, a person without purpose is like a ship without a captain, forever drifting aimlessly. In summary, defining clear goals is the first step toward building discipline. When you know where you're heading, discipline stops feeling like a burden and becomes a natural part of your journey. Discipline isn't the result of massive short-term efforts, but the consistent repetition of small daily actions. These tiny habits form the foundation of sustainable self-discipline, ultimately leading to genuine freedom. When you cultivate disciplined habits, actions no longer rely on fleeting motivation but become part of who you are. Starting small is crucial because it minimizes psychological resistance. Simple tasks are easier to commit to, reducing the urge to procrastinate or make excuses. These small wins also create momentum. Each successful completion reinforces progress, motivating you to keep going. Additionally, small habits are more sustainable since they require less effort initially, making long-term consistency achievable. To build effective disciplined habits, start small. If you want to build a reading habit, begin with just 5 minutes a day instead of pushing yourself to read dozens of pages immediately. Anchor to existing routines. Attach new habits to current ones for easier consistency, e.g., after my morning coffee, I will journal for 5 minutes. Gradually increase intensity. Once the habit forms, increase the effort progressively. Track progress. Use a habit tracker or journaling to measure consistency. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, success is not the result of one grand action, but the repetition of small efforts every day. In conclusion, to develop discipline, you don't need drastic changes overnight. Stay committed to small, consistent actions. Each step forward builds a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, ultimately leading to true freedom. Distractions are the greatest enemy of discipline. In a world filled with constant noise, from social media, phone notifications, to endless streams of information, maintaining focus is a significant challenge. To cultivate unshakable discipline, you must actively eliminate or minimize distractions. If you don't control your environment, it will control you. One of the most effective ways to reduce distractions is by redesigning your workspace. Keep your space minimalistic, retaining only essentials for work. Place your phone on silent mode or out of reach when deep focus is required. Entertainment apps and social platforms can be temporarily blocked during critical work periods. By creating a temptation-free environment, you reduce emotional decision-making and make it easier to stay focused. Equally important is mastering internal distractions. These include wandering thoughts, worries, and the craving for immediate results. Practicing mindfulness techniques such as meditation or journaling can help you organize your thoughts and calm your mind. Additionally, time management strategies like the Pomodoro technique, working for 25 minutes with a 5-minute break, can help maintain focus and avoid burnout. Marcus Aurelius once said, if you cannot control your mind, you will be a slave to everything around you. Discipline is not just about controlling actions, but also mastering your environment and thoughts. By eliminating distractions, you create the ideal space to focus on what truly matters, bringing you closer to inner freedom. Discipline is not a fixed state, but a continuous journey requiring self-assessment and adjustment. Without regular reflection, it's easy to stagnate or drift away from your initial goals. Self-evaluation is essential for building discipline because it helps you recognize your strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Self-assessment involves radical honesty. Ask yourself regularly, have I truly followed the principles I set for myself? What has distracted me or led me off track? Am I getting closer to my goals? These questions not only help track progress, but also identify mental barriers or ineffective habits holding you back. A powerful method for self-assessment is keeping a progress journal. Writing down your daily accomplishments, failures, and the reasons behind them gives you clarity about your discipline journey. This habit is not just for tracking, but also a reminder that you are responsible for your own growth. However, self-assessment alone is not enough. Timely adjustments are key. If you notice yourself slipping, revisit your goals or modify your approach. Making adjustments is not a sign of failure, but a testament to personal growth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "No one is perfect, but everyone can improve by reflecting and correcting themselves." Self-assessment and adjustments are essential for long-term discipline, keeping you on track toward mastering yourself and achieving true freedom. At first glance, discipline and freedom may seem like opposites, but they are deeply interconnected and inseparable. True freedom is not the ability to do anything you want at any time. It is the power to master yourself, your actions, thoughts, and desires, to live according to your highest values and goals. A person lacking discipline often becomes a slave to fleeting emotions, temptations, and procrastination. They may feel free in the moment while indulging in short-term pleasures, but they end up trapped in long-term consequences such as regret, failure, and a loss of control over life. In contrast, a disciplined person understands how to reject short-term gratification in pursuit of lasting results, good health, success, and above all, peace of mind. True freedom can only be achieved when you master yourself through small, consistent actions, defining clear goals, building daily habits, minimizing distractions, constantly self-assessing and adjusting. It's not an easy path, but it's the only way to achieve lasting, profound freedom. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "No one can stop you if you master yourself." Inner self-control is the key to a life where you are truly in charge, unshaken by circumstances or emotions. Start today. Discipline isn't about restricting yourself. It's about unlocking your highest potential and achieving the deepest freedom. Complete mastery over your life. Thank you for watching this video. Let's support our wonderful community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications right now. Show everyone that you're living kindly by liking the video and sharing your experiences in the comments. Take action now to spread positive energy.